Hey guys, welcome back. Hometown Auto Repair here. We have another vehicle in the shop. It is a 2008 Toyota Sienna, the 3.5, and we have a list of things to do on this one. Let me just read this off to you. Maybe no heat, AC not working, ordered a fusible fuse box, then fan doesn't run.
Found this on the web for not working ordered a pizza bowl fuse box. Check it out.
My computer's talking to me. I don't know if y'all heard that, but okay. Anyway, and then fan doesn't work after mechanic did something. Uh-oh. Rumble at startup. I didn't hear a rumble. I heard a squeak. Wires under car problem. Squeak on startup. I did hear that. Okay, so first thing I'll do when I get this kind of list is just start with the basics. I want to see if it's got heat and AC. Out of all that she said, I basically, in my mind, I'm just going to narrow it down to my heat isn't blowing good and my AC isn't working like it should, and there's a noise in the engine, a squeak, maybe a rumble. So anyway, let's go confirm the customer complaint. Okay, the car's running. I do hear a squeak. Let's see if the fan works. Absolutely no fan at all. Well, that's one place to start. Okay, I found the blower motor circuit. It's right here highlighted, and it looks like it goes. This is the power. This is the controller. And I probably just want to see if I'm getting power right here. I was wanting to check a fuse. Heater fuse. That's what I'm looking for on the left side of engine compartment. Okay, let's check that. Heater fuse. This looks like the heater fuse here to be the 1, 2, third cavity over, right in there. So I'm gonna pop this cover off and see if we can get a closer look. Okay, I have the plastic shield off right here so I can gain access to the heater blower motor fuse. And if you see, there's sparks right here. If you saw that, there's actually a short to ground going on, and it takes me a little while to figure out what exactly is going on and why I got those sparks. But the fuse is blowed now after those sparks occurred. So I immediately start to realize that something is just not adding up here. So I'm testing the bottom part of the fuse. Right there, I'm testing the top part. I'm just kind of probing around, figuring out how this bus bar works. So the third cavity over is the one with the heater fuse, and as you can see right there, I'm touching the bottom and there's no light, and then I touch the top, so that tells me the fuse is actually blowed. So I think this wire is shorted out, so I unplug the blower motor circuit. I unplug it at the resistor, and I actually unplug the fan, because my first thought was the blower motor itself was shorted out and causing that wire to potentially have a ground on it. And that's what I'm doing right here, just unplugging it and verifying that. Okay, right here I have my test light hooked up, and where I'm pointing is clipped onto the other side of the fuse. And then the part that's lit up, my test light's actually hooked to positive, and as you can see, my test light's lit up. That shouldn't be. That means that the test light's finding a ground through the fuse. So here I'm just wiggling the wires, trying to figure out why this wire is shorted to ground. And I'm wiggling back and forth, and I actually never did get it to flicker. I have to go back to the wiring diagram and try to figure out what is going on here. Is there something I'm not seeing? But I know for sure that this light should not be lit when I'm clipped into the other side of the fuse. I even thought that it was finding a ground through the motor's windings of the blower motor. Now I'm starting to realize what's going on here. I'm actually looking at a diagram that's not giving me all the information. This is an aftermarket diagram. In this next clip, you can see that I finally found an OE diagram. That's what you're looking at right now. And it actually shows that there is a relay in this circuit. The other diagram didn't show that at all. That's something you've got to be really careful of when you're doing electrical diagnosis on vehicles. Is a lot of the diagrams aren't right, and it costs you a whole lot of time. So what I'm realizing here is there is a relay in this circuit, and there's a ground right there where my crosshairs are, that when the relay is turned off, it basically is grounding the rest of the circuit that feeds back the blue wire. I can only figure that this is to send a signal back to the AC controller that, hey, we're grounded out, or turn off, or it just tells it what to do basically. So I start really kind of understanding what's going on here, and the next thing I do is I go to the car and I pull the ground out, or not the ground, but the relay out, and I start to inspect it. So on a typical relay, you have a power coming in, and it jumps power to the other side of the relay. It's from 87 to pin 30, but you need a ground and a control wire to achieve that. Well, here I'm touching both of these together, and they have continuity between them without anything controlling it. So I can tell right off the bat that this is not right. This relay is shorted out, and that middle pin I'm touching is the ground, and they both have continuity between the two. When I say continuity, what I mean is they're actually just touching on the inside. They make a complete circuit. And right here you can see in this diagram that shouldn't be the case. One side should be open and one side should be closed. Hey guys, we're back on the 2008 Toyota Sienna. I finally got the parts. It's been 2 weeks. I had trouble getting the parts. This fusible link was $160 at the dealer, and I was like, that's crazy. So we ordered one. It took a little longer to get it, but where we left off is where I discovered that the relay was shorted out, and I have the new relay, and I want to show you what the known good should do. Here is the bad relay that was shorted out, and here's the new relay I got. These two pins here are, when you turn this relay on, it goes from pin 30 to 87, it jumps power. But on Toyota, on this particular relay, it's designed a little different. They have a ground right here that when the relay is off, this ground sends a signal to the AC control unit. So what happened was, this is the bad relay again, is this thing is shorted internally to ground. And I could show you that right here with this meter, just by a simple continuity test. Now continuity is just when two wires are touching each other and making connection, it'll make a beep. So the bad relay, you could see from here to here, it's always making connection. Not only that, it's making connection from here to here to that middle pin. So that's shorted right to ground. Now, the good relay doesn't have continuity, which it's not supposed to until power or ground is applied to one of these pins to turn it on. Now, this side is the one that shouldn't be from here to here. It should not be. See, it's not shorted. Just to show you on the one that is, so that pin from 30 to whatever that pin number is, I'm not sure, is shorted straight to ground because that is a ground. Also, this is the part number for the fusible link right there. If you have a 2008 Toyota Sienna with the 3.5 liter, this is your part number, the fusible link. Now, if you hook up the battery backwards, these will blow too. So I have to take out this fuse box or fusible link, replace it because this fuse has blowed because it was shorted to ground, and replace the relay, and we should be good to go. All right, let's put the new relay in. Now let's see if the fan works. Okay, the key's on. Yep, now we're working. Good. All right. Well, that's a fix, guys. Sometimes them relays are tricky, especially the 5-pin relays. I mean, it's rare that they short out, but when they do, this was actually at another shop, and the guy, he gave up on it. And I'll be honest with you, it took me a minute to figure it out, but actually after I got the right diagram and really looked at it, I was able to figure out what was going on. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be putting a video out every other week. I try to do it every week, and thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the next one.